what am I supposed to say in this match reaction, all right, that I haven't already said so many times this season? Honestly, that's the main thing I'm going to... Nothing I saw there tonight was new. It was just a continuation of this football team just being abysmal. It was a complete embarrassment. The game was done after 20 minutes. Newcastle held us at arm's length for the second half. It finished 2-0. It could have been 3-0 in the first half. It could arguably have been 4-0. And they didn't need to do anything in that second half. I thought Amorim made a mistake by starting Casemiro and Eriksen. I looked at the starting 11 and I was like, how on earth is that the best midfield we've got? However, do I think that any individual would have changed how that game went? No, I don't at all. There is just... I don't know how to describe it anymore. How bad this Manchester United team is. How much of a complete embarrassment these players are. They aren't fit to wear the shirt. We've got Anfield next. The only reason that finished 2-0 is because Newcastle took their foot off the gas. United could not cope when they had Newcastle going full tilt for the first half an hour. That is what Anfield is going to be for 90 minutes. So don't look at that second half and think, oh, that's okay, United got back into it. Oh, Maguire hit the post with a header, which I think was all we had. Newcastle took their foot off the gas and we still had nothing. Man, what can you do to change this? Somebody please, answers on a postcard for Ruben Amorim. Because he took Garnacho and Rashford out of the squad pre-City because he didn't think that they were meeting his training standards. What's happened since? Oh yeah, United have done... No, we've lost 4 on the bounce now. Who is that? Spurs, Bournemouth, Newcastle there. I can't remember who we just lost to. Wolves. Man, we are such a bad football team. We are so like to a man. Like Martinez getting beaten for both goals. The first one was a little bit of deflection, but Martinez was never going to win that header against Isaac. And then the second one, Gordon flings it in. Joe Linton gets it. I mean, it looked like a handball to me, I'll be completely honest. But Martinez never going to win that. And Martinez wasn't in my starting 11 either because I was worried about him. I've been worried about Martinez under Amorim since day one. And it's just, I can't look at any of these players, really. Like, honestly, like, who would you want in this squad in 2 years' time? A team that has just spent 600 million and you don't know who's going to be here in 2 years' time. Man, I should have stayed on that plane. I've got Geordie down there. Well, luckily, he's not actually Geordie. I've got a Newcastle fan down there who's going to rub it in my face. Man, our next 2 games are Anfield away and Emirates. Up against 2 teams who are likely to beat us. It's likely, right now, it's likely to be 6 losses in a row. What could Amorim have done differently in that game? You could speak about, and this is a big thing, right? Amorim started that game with 5 defenders, which has annoyed some United fans. But the reason he's done that is because he wants to try and bring a level of security and sort of composure to the team. And that team with 5 defenders went 2-0 down within the first 20 minutes. Let alone when he actually wants to, you know, play Amada as a wing-back, actually play converted wingers as wing-backs, to be a bit more attacking. Like, there's no point doing that. I tell you one thing here, right? I felt really sorry for Xerxes when he got taken off. I don't fucking agree with that, man. There have been players in this squad for a long, long time who have done a lot worse than what Xerxes has done this season. And it is his first season. It's a few months into it. And United has just been awful. He is not the player right now that we signed from Bologna. Like, people are going to take the piss out of the video that I made about him. But none of what I scouted and researched, I've seen. But the fact that Amorim was willing to bring Mainu on after 30-odd minutes and take Xerxes off means he was fit to start. I thought that was an error from Amorim. But as I said at the start of the video, do I think that if Mainu was in that team, that everything would have transformed? No, I don't think that at all. This is the big problem I've got. And going into the last 25, 30 minutes and you saw Garnacho coming on and Yoro coming on, you're thinking, who's going to possibly change the game from the bench? You're like, Garnacho's not really going to do it. Rashford back in the squad, yeah, but you can look at, no, Anthony's going to do it, no. Collier's going to do it, no. Kakonki's going to do it. There was nobody from that bench that I thought was going to be able to change that game, and they didn't change the game. And there was nobody on the pitch that I had the confidence in that was going to change that game. And that's the position that we're in right now. Of course, after 4 losses, problems get compounded. Feelings are heightened. I understand that. But everything I saw there against Newcastle was everything that I saw against Spurs and Bournemouth and Wolves. And there's been fuck all change. There's been changes to the starting 11. Maybe there's been changes in training, but I'm not seeing a change on the pitch. And I just don't see how between now and Anfield, now and Liverpool away against a Liverpool team who are looking like probably the informed team in world football, club football, how are we going to go to that ground and put in a performance? Because they will play at the level that Newcastle play for the first 30, but they will do it for the first 90. They won't take their foot off the gas because they won't be like, oh, don't stop, he's dead already. They will keep twisting the knife in. United were fortunate to come away with a 2-0 defeat there to Newcastle. Imagine me saying that and actually meaning it. Amorim, he won't change, and nor do I want him to, from his principles. He's tried 3 at the back with some. I think do you have to go? I hate throwing academy players in, and I will always be naturally against that. But I would want him to see Ahmad playing as a wing back. I think he has to go more aggressive in that sense. But just like to a man, this United team, they are weak. They are feeble. They are not up for the fight that is required to get United back on top. It will not be an easy journey. Have fun now. Like we've all seen everything that's happened post-Fergie. It will take somebody to commit 100% of themselves as a team for United to do it. Otherwise, you just see stuff like that against Newcastle. It was a half an hour where they blitzed us away. It was a game they richly deserved to win. It was a game where you look at that starting 11 of Newcastle, you go, yep, I'll take Isaac. Yep, I'll take Bruno. Yep, I'll take Joelinton. Yep, I'll take... So many of these United players are just... If it's through a lack of trying, that's a different problem. But I genuinely think, I look at these players and I go, I don't really think you're not trying. I think you're trying. I think you're just shit. That reality really set in for me. I think it was after the Wolves game. And I don't see how that reality is going to be shifted anytime soon. United are truly a pathetic football team.